Welcome back to my channel, fellow photographers, videographers, business owners, and entrepreneurs. Today's video is my huge 2024/2025 life updates. And I actually meant to film this video near the end of 2024, but life got crazy and I just wasn't able to film YouTube as much as I wanted to towards the end of the year. So all of my content kind of got pushed back to now when I'm filming this. And so let's get right into talking about my huge life update. I wanted to make this video because I think it's really, really important to kind of look back on the past year and kind of reflect on what happened as the year comes to a close. And I wanted to share a huge life update that Daniel and I have been experiencing / now are experiencing now that we are actually in 2025. I am filming this video in February and I wanted this video to come out in December. So I definitely was a little behind in my YouTube schedule, but I decided that it was still an important video to make. So our huge life update is that we actually, for most of last year, we were expecting our first child. And then on January 11th, 2025, I actually gave birth to our first child, our little baby boy, Tyler Drew Cook. And that has been a really exciting, life thing that we've been going through. And so that's why YouTube has been a little bit slower the past few weeks. I've been doing my Canon R6 Mark II tutorial videos because those are kind of easier. They're just kind of shorter and easier to put out for me. But all my other longer form videos were kind of hard to do just because having a baby in newborn stage, and he's about 5 weeks old now, so we're still in the newborn stage and just trying to work through all the challenges with that. But I still really wanted to get content out for you guys. But first of all, I just wanted to share just how 2024 was and how life's going in 2025 with you guys, since you like to follow my YouTube channel and I like to make helpful content for you. So I share a little bit about our life and what we're experiencing currently. And I wanted to specifically talk about how this life change is going to bring adjustments to our life. And so many people said to us, your life will change so much, but I want to change that phrase and say that we're going to adjust to these life changes in a healthy way in both life and business. And so now that I have a child, I definitely agree that it does change your life, but I also think that you can adjust your lifestyle and adjust things to make it work. It was kind of scary to me to think oh my gosh, it's going to totally change your life and everything's going to change. And while it did definitely change our life, we are learning to adjust to the new normal. And to be honest, what that means for us is that we just have to be a lot faster at everything we're doing in life and business. I'm talking about we've learned how to do 3 things at once on the norm, just kind of a lot of multitasking. It's just a lot of multitasking, really. And so that has been an adjustment for us. And yes, it is exhausting. And baby does not want to sleep through the night yet. And he has decided that night times are daytimes and that daytimes are the time to sleep. So, which, in a way helps me get work done during the day, but it also means that I am not sleeping at night and then I'm sleeping during the day. So I'm actually up very few hours during the day when there's light outside, which means that my window of opportunity to actually film YouTube and put out content is normally limited to about 3 hours a day, if that. And with taking care of him, feeding, eating food myself, it's all just a lot to adjust to. And so I'm just learning how to do things faster and be okay if I don't get everything done off my to-do list within that day. So that's my huge 2024/2025 life update. So now we're gonna go on to what's some business updates for 2025. So yes, we will still be photographing weddings, family sessions, paternity sessions, and newborn sessions in 2025, and I will still be running this YouTube channel because I really like creating content for you all who have decided to subscribe to me and want to be here within this community. That's something that I really want to keep doing and definitely will keep doing. It's something that I can do from home pretty easily, and I really like being able to create content for you guys. And I also just like being able to learn whatever I am helping to teach you guys. I've had to learn that too, and so it's really fun for me to just kind of learn things and help you guys learn things as well. I'll also be working on other projects within my business, some digital products specifically to help educate my brides for this year in 2025 and in future years. There's some different things that I want to put out to help further prepare them for their wedding day photography experience. Ultimately, I love our clients and how we serve them and what we do for them. So we are not going to stop doing that. I'm really just learning how to be hyper efficient within life and business. And that's really the thing that I'm working on doing. And some days I'm not as good as the other days, because some days you just need a break where you just go a little slower because you can't run around 50 miles a minute all the time. But a lot of days I'm really trying to push to go as fast as I can to get as much done as I possibly can. And I think that's really you know, the life of a mom, wife, business owner, and Christian, because we're just running around doing things all the time, trying to keep up with everything. And it's a lot to keep up with. And yeah, I do not get to everything in a day normally. Some days are focused on other things versus some other days are focused on other things. Does that make sense? Like, it's like some days house stuff gets done, and some days house stuff does not get done because I'm working on my business. So it's kind of like a flip-flop, and that's just what works for us. And you just have to be okay with things, not everything getting done in a day. And I've kind of learned to be okay with that, and I've learned to prioritize the things that have to happen that day, that are like the most important to me. And that kind of helps me feel like I'm doing things, I'm getting things done, even if I'm not doing 15 things in a day that I wanted to do, because that doesn't always work. So ultimately, it is possible to be a Christian, wife, mom, photographer, and business owner all wrapped in one. It just takes really good time management and adjustment to life and just multitasking. And that's kind of what I've been learning to do. And thankfully, I have a wonderful husband, Daniel, who helps me with a lot of different things. If he's not working a gig that day or writing music, although if he's home, he's definitely writing music. If he is available to help me during the night, he will help me get through the night a little bit here and there, just so that I don't have to be up for 4 or 5 straight hours, because this past night, Tyler's literally up for 5.5 hours straight, from like 3 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. was when he finally decided to go to sleep at 8:30 a.m. And then he slept for like 5 or 6 hours, and I was like, okay, that was exciting. So it's all just been like a lot to adjust to. And I know that this content, some of you are gonna be like, oh, like this is not educational as far as like photography or technical stuff or creative stuff. It's really not, and I know that. But there's some of you who are interested in learning about, you know, like how I juggle everything. And so maybe I'll make a video someday about how I actually juggle everything. That actually be very interesting to do. But I wanted to share this because I want you to know that I'm a real person who has real struggles. And I'm not perfect at anything within my business. I'm always learning how to adjust and how to do this. And ultimately, it just takes hard work, a lot of patience, and a lot of perseverance to run a business, live life, be a mom, be a wife, all those things. I think it just really takes patience and perseverance, and that's the one thing I've been really learning about. And something that we are really focusing on this year in life and business, and just trusting the Lord for provision in our lives, because we run businesses and just, you know, having a new child, like we're really just praying for God to provide for us and whatever He wants us to do in life and business. And so if that's weddings for me, family sessions, you know, all that stuff that I've been doing, I'm going to keep doing that. But if He does decide to transition me to something else within the business, then I'm willing to do that, basically. For now, He still wants me to do all these things. It's just maybe not 12 hours a day like I was doing before having Tyler. So now I have Tyler. It's a new normal that I'm getting used to, and just learning how to be really hyper efficient in everything I'm doing throughout the day. And I just can't dilly-dally anymore, basically, and I have to focus and work really hard in everything I'm doing. Because of that, I'm gonna wrap up this video, because that's basically the update that I wanted to give you guys, that we are just adjusting to life with a newborn, and as well as seeing how that affects life and business. And we are figuring it out. We are still doing everything. It just happens in smaller chunks of time, and maybe not as fast as we want to do everything. But we are learning that that's okay, and that's just the season of life we're in. And so I just want to encourage, like, anyone who's watching this who, you know, might be going through a similar thing. Like, the newborn stage is temporary, and I'm preaching this to myself right now still, but it's very temporary, and I think, like, you can get through it. You just have to keep persevering, like, you know, sleep when you can, eat food fast when you can, work on your business when you can, you know, do the mom things when you can, you know, try to spend intentional time with your husband. There's a lot of things, and for me, something I'm trying to, like, I need to get better at is spending more time with God and prioritizing that more, because that's something that I actually struggle with as a Christian, is to really, like, actually take that time during the day. And so maybe I'll make a video updating you on to eventually, when I figure out a better system or a better way to really get that in daily, maybe I'll make more content on just life and how business, you know, fits into life, and how it all works together, because I think that's more things that I want to talk about in the future on this channel. So yeah, so that is what today's video is about. And if you want to know more about my 2024 business takeaways, that's actually going to be the next video. I'm going to be talking about what I liked in 2024 business-wise and what I maybe didn't like as much of. So that's actually the next video, and so you can go ahead and watch that.